Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I am going to discuss the top IELTS listening tips and tricks. But before we dive into the video, make sure to give a thumbs up to this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Press the bell icon so that you get notified of every video that I upload on this channel. Now, let's get started with the IELTS listening test format. In IELTS listening, you are given 40 minutes to solve 4 sections, with each section containing 10 questions. In fact, 30 minutes are for solving the questions and 10 minutes will be given to you on the paper-based test to recheck your answer. But for the computer-based test, it will be only 2 minutes. The first section always contains summary completion, like fill in the blanks. The second or third section can either contain MCQs, matching information questions, maps, or lots of other questions. And the section 4 will also contain summary completion, that is fill in the blanks. So the tip number 1 is read the next questions instead of rechecking your previous answers. Whenever you're given the listening test, after you complete the section 1, which is the most easiest section, you will be given 30 seconds to recheck your answers. But you don't have to recheck your answers. Instead, move on to the section 2 and read as much as possible. Listening test is difficult because you have to listen, read, and write at the same time. But in the 30 seconds, as you have already read the next questions, you only have to listen and write. I mean, you have read most of the parts, so it will be like stored in your brain. Therefore, it will get easy for you to select the correct answers. Similarly, as you finish the section 2, you will be given 30 seconds to recheck your answers. So move on to the section 3 and read the next questions. Do the same for section 4 as well. Tip number 2 is highlight keywords. Just I mentioned that during the 30 seconds, you should not recheck your answers. Instead, you should read the next questions. Not only read the next questions, but you should also highlight the major keywords. It will help you a lot in locating the answer. I personally followed this strategy and it helped me no end. If you highlight the keywords, it will get way easier for you to locate the major points, and usually all the MCQ options contain exactly different meanings, exactly different words. So if you highlight the keywords, it will become easy for you to locate the answer. Also, as soon as you find that an option is incorrect, immediately cross it, draw a line on it. It will also help you as your focus will be only shifted towards the remaining 2 options. Tip number 3 is about accent. You need to be familiar with the British as well as the American accent. For example, when I gave the test, there was a word in the summary completion that was resources, which is an American pronunciation. But in the test, the word was used resources, and this is the British pronunciation. Both are correct pronunciations, but some students didn't understand the word because of, instead of S, the pronunciation of Z was used. So it can be difficult to understand the answer if you don't know about the pronunciation. To improve your pronunciation and accent, like get familiar with them, I would advise you to watch some English movies, podcasts, or listen to famous news channels like BBC, CNN, or whatever. Tip number 4 is be alert of quick questions. Some answers might appear really fast during the audio. Like, for example, you were writing the answer to question 1 and you were writing it slowly. Meanwhile, the audio keeps playing and you miss the answer to question 2. You don't realize it. And you are listening to the audio, You then realize that the answer to question 3 has come and I have missed the answer to question 2. This scenario is common in the IELTS listening, especially if the audio is fast. So my tip here would be, don't write too slow. As soon as you understand the answer, write it quickly with correct spellings. Then pay attention to the audio immediately and also write the correct answer to the next question. Tip number 5 is you need to have some knowledge of paraphrasing and synonyms. Especially during the MCQs, the exact wording won't usually be used. The speaker will try to paraphrase it and use some different words with the same meaning. For example, let's take a test from the IELTS Cambridge books. Here is the first section for the listening, where the speaker apologizes about the seats. Now the answer to this question is C, that says the sum of the seats are very close. But the audio doesn't say anything like this. In fact, the audio says that there are so many seats that some people might find themselves crushed. Now here, crushed is the key word. Crushed means you have been squashed between two people and you were sitting so narrow and close to each other. So here the audio speaker has paraphrased it, and those students or people who only have knowledge of paraphrasing will choose the correct answers, while others will get confused. Tip number 6 is avoid distractors. During the section 2 and section 3, distractors might be used. Usually during the section 1 and 4, no distractors are used. They are mainly used in the MCQs and map questions. For example, you are given a topic and the audio is speaking about a tour guide, and he says that we were planning to move towards the mountain, but now we are moving towards the lake. Now here the tip is you need to listen to the audio completely. Those students who just listen to the incomplete audio, the first part, will choose the incorrect answer, that is the mountains. And as they were writing the answer, their attention gets shifted towards writing. And they will miss the next audio that says, we are planning to move towards the lake, which is the correct answer. So here my advice would be to completely listen the audio and then choose your answer. This is very effective during the maps question, especially distractors are used there. And those MCQ questions which contain mostly, likely, less, more, these type of words are also quite likely to use distractors. The speaker might use them, it's a high chance. This is it. I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks. Implement them and you will get an increase of a band score or probably even more. I hope you liked the video. Take care. Allah Hafiz.